We are doing a depression deep clean today. I have emotionally been in the trenches the last few weeks and my house looks disgusting. So let's get into it. As I said, it has been a rough few weeks for me emotionally, and my house and my bank account have been taking the brunt of that, and the buck stops here. Okay, we cannot keep up with this anymore. We're going to be taking on this kitchen mainly and my bedroom. Those are the two worst places, unfortunately. The rest of my house has been okay. You know, when it comes to these moments in my life, I try to go with the idea that my kids don't deserve to live in a house that's disgusting. And I know that's not the same for everyone, but that goes for me. And so I try my best, but I cannot keep up with it all. It is really, really difficult to get motivated when there's a lot going on with other stuff in my life that I can't control and I can't do anything about. I did start this video and I thought, oh, I'll just do a quick little clean in the kitchen and move on. It ended up being a deep clean, a much needed deep clean. There was a lot going on, and you know, I'm a wipe around kind of girl. I'm not a wipe under or behind. I don't have time for that every single time. But this is a great time for if you are also feeling a bit in your life or finding it hard to get motivated. This is the video for you. This is the pick me up. This is the we're going to try again. We're going to reset. We're going to restart. So let's get into it. Sorry, that was a bit of a waffle for an intro, if you can even call that anymore. We're like a minute in. But when I was here, I did decide to deep clean this space in particular because this is where all our cooking is done and there's a little oil splatters and stains, especially on this electric cooktop. I'm really not good at making sure I scrape all the stuff off. So it does get a little bit burnt on there and I just have to go in with a scraper and scrape it all off. I do have other electric cooktop cleaning products and they work amazing. I just don't have the time to do it regularly within my routine, and I was kind of on a roll. As you can see, I'd already taken the exhaust, what do you even call them, grills, you know, that catch all the fat in the exhaust fan, and I had deep cleaned those because they were full and disgusting. And you also saw me gumption around those fans, so it was looking really good, although I did not wipe the gumption off very well, and I didn't know this until I watched this video, so I don't know if it still looks any good. But I will tell you, I am a big fan of gumption, okay? I hadn't used it in a while, kind of dried out, but I stuck some water in there and like rehydrated it. Anything to save a good buck, okay? I think it's basically the Australian version of the pink stuff paste, except obviously Australian. But I love it. It's great for like deep cleaning and just getting crap that is like a little bit more elbow grease. And so I've really been going through that. I've been working on some things in the bathroom, which I've had to use a fair bit of gumption on. It's kind of been a fun little side project and you'll see in the next video, so stick around for that one. Unfortunately, it was just a little bit too long to add to this one. It would have been like 40 minutes long. But I do want to take a moment to talk about school lunchboxes because you are seeing me empty basically an entire lunchbox, and that was frustrating to say the least. I don't want to go into it too much, but we do try to get him to eat those snacks that's left over in the lunchbox when he comes home, because if I didn't, honestly, he could eat the entire snack basket. I'm not packing a nice lunch just to throw it out at the end of the day, but obviously I didn't hit the mark that particular school afternoon and forgot about it, and so that ended up in the bin. Anyways, back to what I am doing. I told you I did go through a bit of a deep cleaning moment while I was in here. This side of my bench, the cabinet, so disgusting, had so many stains and just big drops of food on there, and I was like, oh, I can't keep ignoring this any longer. And I also gave a once over of the dishwasher, which is more of an accessory at this point. It's really just not doing anything, as you can see, so why I'm even bothering to clean her, I don't know. She can just look pretty while doing nothing, okay? Basically my whole MO. I did keep going on and doing a few more of the cupboards. I could have brought out the whole mop and bucket situation because that's how I like to do my cupboards. I feel like it's the quickest way. Look, I'm not there yet. I'm not 100%, and that just seemed like a task that was just a little bit too much for me. And so it was just wipe down any giant stains kind of day. I have been a little bit inspired by Home with Nadine on TikTok. She recently just had a set of twins, and that is her 8th and 9th children, which, my word, she's a superwoman. That's a lot of kids. But she was like deep cleaning her kitchen, her cabinets, scrubbing everything down, well into her 3rd trimester. And I was like, look, if she can do it, I've got no excuses, have I? Like, come on. Twins, 9 kids, homeschooling. She's homeschooling, okay? And I'm like, oh my god, it's a victory if I can make dinner. She is really worth a watch on TikTok if you're looking for like someone who's just a little more genuine. I think she's only got 20,000 followers on TikTok. I say that like that's nothing. I have 5 on there. Okay, so like this is a whole different ballgame, and she deserves it. She's hard working. As we can see, I do have the entire contents of underneath my sink. Here on the floor, we had a bit of a situation. It was time to replace the kitchen sink tap. I think the washer had gone in it because once you turned it on, the water would just keep going and you could not turn it off. So that was fantastic. My husband did a little DIY, and since we solely wash our dishes by hand, we obviously couldn't go without it. I did try washing dishes in my bathroom sink for a day, and I said, oh, no, absolutely not. So he did go and replace it for me. I just had to pick out the one I wanted. And I was like, just leave the mess on the floor. It'll make good content. Because like it's always nice when you see a mess on the floor. It's like, look how nasty this was. But really we just did a little bit of mild renovations in here. And look at the tap that I picked. I tell you, she is a beaut. An absolute beaut. I know it's black, and I know that's controversial because they tend to wear a little bit easier. She was the cutest one there. I did look at the silver options, but I just did not like it, and really I wanted a nice upgrade from what we had before because that was a $60 tap. It was pretty bad. So we did go with this one, and it's fantastic because the head comes off and you can switch. It's one of those mixer taps, so I can either have it single stream or I can have it like the multi-sprayer. Like I'm doing dishes in a restaurant. I've been obsessed with doing my dishes lately, which is not something I'd ever thought I'd say. No, let's be real. But I've actually been enjoying it. It's nice. It feels quicker to get done. Don't know whether it actually is, but it does feel quicker. I also deep clean the sink. I should get into a better routine of doing that before I do the dishes because I tell you, ours is so dirty all the time. I think I'm just on autopilot when I go in and do the dishes that I forget, oh, I should probably clean the sink beforehand because it just gets grotty, especially because we have so much water sitting on the silver drainer part of the sink. So I scrubbed that down. That's why she's shining. We also bought a plug for the sink. I know. Call Daily Mail. The headlines are writing themselves. It's taken me so long to buy one. When we moved in here, they had one, but it just didn't work. I don't know. It was horrible. So we finally repurchased a new one, and I've been loving it. Like, it beats having to fish dirty food out of the bottom of the sink. You should see me when I have to get pasta out of there. I'm gagging. It's disgusting.
Wide awake is the way that you left me, side by side in your car in the backseat. Wide awake is the way that you left me, oh. Now it's clear we are here back at your house, and I keep fading into the background. I'm wide awake, now you keep missing out for sure. Take down your walls and let me, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me, ooh. I wanna be right there by your side, I wanna be there
In this clip, at some point, I was like opening and closing my mouth. I swear I look like a guppy fish, but I am talking to someone, I think. I hope I am. Anyway, we moved on over to the side of my kitchen. And unfortunately, it is no better than any other space in my kitchen. It is a new day because my husband took the kids camping the day of the last clip and he was gone for a couple of days. So you best believe I am taking full advantage of a kid-free day. I'm not the biggest fan of camping and sleeping on an air mattress does not excite me at all, so I don't go with them, but they do have heaps of fun and I get to see all the videos after, and I use all that time by myself to go and do things that I can't normally do when I've got the kids, because the soundtrack of my life is, can we go home? Can we go home? Are we done yet? Taking a browse through IKEA or taking my time at Savers is a luxury to me, so I definitely make use of it. And then of course I come back to reality and I'm cleaning my kitchen and making sure my home's nice before everyone gets home. Okay, the state of my room is absolutely horrific, as you're about to see. When I did the before shot, it was 2 days ago, and as you can see, I'm still trying to get through it. There's a lot going on in the background, and I think I said in a previous video that if Ish is going down, the first place that you're going to see it is my bedroom, okay? I don't know. I can keep all the other spaces clean for my kids, but when it comes to myself and my own mental health, I cannot keep my bedroom clean, and I put a lot of pressure on myself to do this. And especially because I wanted to film it, so I've been leaving it. Today's the day. We're going to take it on. I just wanted to say that if you're in the exact same space as I am, where you're just like mentally just trying to get through it, let's do this together. Let's just try and get a little bit done. I am going to try and have no more excuses for this, and I'm going to get into it because, yeah, it's bad. My hope for these videos is that whatever you've come for, whether it's just a cleaning buddy, a little chat, maybe some laughs, or someone to help clean alongside you, you find that here. I haven't had an easy last month, as you've seen. Posts have been a little bit scattered, and I realize I've missed making content. Like, it actually helps me with my cleaning, and so I hope it helps you. I know that starting a clean after something like this is also a monumental task. For me, it is like pulling teeth. It is so difficult. I don't want to do it. I know how long it's going to take me, and I just don't want to do it. So we're not here for perfection. We are just here to make a start, and that's all I could say. If you're in an absolute mess, just take your time, get a few things done. Doesn't have to be all done in one day. Doesn't have to be deep cleaned in one day. The goal is just to get back into a routine of cleaning, and we're not going to overwhelm ourselves with a deep clean. I do say that while I'm going in with my vacuum on the wardrobe rails here. I just couldn't personally leave all the dust behind there. I moved the bedside table and I was like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, so it was pretty bad, and I busted out the good old Dyson and took real quick care of that. I know the room doesn't look that bad, but there was so much rubbish and dust because we were literally just going in there and sleeping, and the kids would just bring stuff in when they felt like it, and Mama had no energy to try and get them to take their stuff back out. So this is what we ended up with. We also had a chair in there because I had to fix the curtains, if you can even call them that. When I was editing that talking clip, I was looking at the curtains behind me and I was thinking, you need to do something about this. It is just a whole hot mess, like the rest of this room, honestly. Once I cleared up a little bit of floor space, I moved over to here, which is next to my chest of drawers, and that has seen better days. At some point, I just stopped caring about how I was putting things back in and just was like, hope for the best, shove it back in, and obviously none of the drawers were closing, and I did the classic, oh, I'll do it later. But then I'd get livid throughout the week because I couldn't find what I needed, like a pair of socks. Even though I know I had folded all the socks and put them away, what do you mean there's none in my drawer? But it's because there's about 10,000 other things sitting on top of it. And of course, at the top of this cupboard has become a second wardrobe to us. If you have any suggestions on what I can do with clothes that have been worn once or hardly been worn and we want to rewear them, where can I put it? And do not say in the wash, okay? I'll lose it. My only thought is putting it on the back of the bedroom door here where my jackets live, but if I could put those elsewhere, maybe I can hang our stuff up there and kind of keep that space clean. I mean, we all know what will actually happen. It won't stay clean for very long. I'll find something else that can live there. Unfortunately, my brain is trained to see flat, clean spaces as a dumping ground. There's little hope for me, honestly. But I did tidy up this little corner, and I say tidy, I didn't move anything out of here because I'm not ready to deal with that yet. I still haven't finished my toy declutter video, and literally it's like one piece that I've got to film and then it's done. But I have to keep this until the end of that, and so this ever-growing pile here is just starting to be a little bit annoying because the kids are digging through it, which I don't blame them. They are seeing their old toys, what can I say? So they'll be like, oh, I want to play with this, don't get rid of this, I still want it. Mind you, whenever they've had it out before, they've never touched it. It's just the thought that I'm getting rid of it finally, that's when they want it. I wouldn't be surprised if you watch next year's video and see some of the stuff that I decluttered this year and just think, what happened there? I just have zero motivation to get rid of this stuff as well. I then decided to take on changing the sheet. We were on a bit of a roll here, so I thought today is the day to get it done, and it was more than time to change these sheets. Actually, hubby and I were having a conversation about how we can tell fresh sheets from dirty sheets and like how it just feels so much better when you get into a bed in clean sheets. And it's not even like crumbs or anything in the bed, it just has this feeling. And it's just not like when you put new ones on. And especially because I am a lover of white sheets, because I can see who's been a sweaty Betty that week and it shows when it's time to change the sheets. I do get all of my sheets from Bed Bath & Table. I went through a phase where I replaced all of mine to this exact same style because I don't enjoy trying to match up different pillowcases to sheets and flat sheets. I've got too much on my list, okay? That's just not something I want to do. Bed making is already a difficult enough chore. I mean, look at the workout that I'm getting right now. Having to lift each corner of this king-size bed by myself. A gas lift bed has never looked better. I did look into purchasing a gas lift bed, but I only want one that lifts the entire thing, not just one end of it, which I know I'm very particular on, but there are some stores that sell those, and just the thought of it being my height, it's not that much further off the floor, okay? Let's be real, I'm not that tall, but it would help so much with my back having to not lift it there. Especially because I do lift the end up again to put the flat sheet in there to make sure it's tucked in nicely. So it's really lifting it up 6 times. I mean, I do need a workout, but is that the kind of workout I want? Not really. I thought I'd squeeze in one more little thing with you guys. I have been doing my groceries with Scan and Go at Woolworths because, oh my goodness, it's made my life so much easier. I normally do click and collect, but if you've been around for a minute, you know that I have way too many brown paper bags and that's why I had to switch. I've been doing the Scan and Go and I absolutely love it. It takes a little bit of weight off me when I'm trying to shop with 2 kids in tow. That's already hard enough when they're asking me for every single thing. And so having then to like pack my bags and do the self-checkout, all of that, a little bit too much for me. And so Scan and Go has just been so good because it takes all those steps out and we're done so quick. Unfortunately, it hasn't figured out how to stop my kids asking for everything. They do have a new AI basket feature where they can predict what you would want in a normal shop. Not sure how I feel about that. I did trial it to see what the feature was like, and it had a lot of random stuff in there which I could take out, but it also would take me probably the same amount of time just to fill up the basket myself. I'm what boomers were to self-checkout. No, definitely not. That's not something I'll be on board with. But anyway, this was the haul that I had, and I just decided I would film a little bit of a restock for you because I haven't done one of those videos in a while. I thought, why not? You might enjoy this. See all the junk that I bought. I feel like every time I spend $200-$300 on a shop, I'm like, this is worthy of people seeing where my money's gone. As you can see, it was a lot of school snacks. At one point, both of the baskets for their lunchbox stuff was overflowing, and I had to tell myself to stop buying it. And now it's like scraping the bottom of the barrel. There's nothing there. I have to restock most of it. And so that was what I was doing, plus refilling the snack basket because, oh my god, look at my hair. How bad is that? Anyway, yeah, the kids have been telling me there was nothing in there, which there was. There was just nothing that they wanted to eat in there. So I refilled that with things worthy of their time. Anyway, we have reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it today, and I'll see you in the next one.